Hey, shalom, shalom. This is the brother Abayi Buff from the DC Church coming at you, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shema Shah, Bashim Kakadash, Yahweh being the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai, being whom the world ignorantly calls his Christ, Bashim again the name, the covenant spirit, for Dash being the Holy. Alright, these are the names and the powers that I come to you in order to profess the 100% truth. And I don't want rutters, I'll seal the elect's faith. Alright? And of course, Shenya Kabad, Kawala Rakaz, acclaimed now by Aif, and the double honors to the elders and apostles of these times, whom the Heavenly Father had enlisted the 100% truth to, in order to be portrayed and conveyed to the elect. And Shalom wa Barakum Labakan Shiyasha Allah. Peace and blessings be upon the elect of the nation of Israel. To the man out there that's pushing this word in sincerity and truth, to you I say Shalom wa Barakum Thumb. Alright? And I was just again traveling and unraveling. I don't really intend on this video being super duper long, but I did want to just expound on some more points that I had in spirit that I just didn't want to I didn't want to lose me. It's fresh in my spirit. But me and the Zaquan, which I'm thankful for all the Zaquanium that are in my district and that I'm able to actually be around. Truthfully, the Heavenly Father has blessed me with being around such men of great wisdom. From the Zaquan Monagon all the way down. We have some beautiful brothers in our camp, and we're just having a quick side talk while we're at in camp. And we're just going over how we're kind of deprived of certain things in this world, but the Heavenly Father was able to actually give us those things in spirit and in truth. In spirit and in truth. Okay. So me personally, I come from a family where my mother she's from the tribe of Judah, but my father, he's actually an Ephraimite. And my father, on my father's side, they speak fluent Spanish, and most of everybody on my father's side speaks Spanish. But unfortunately, I just wasn't able to be raised by my dad. And I was mainly raised by my mother, and I actually grew up in New York. I grew up in the Bronx, but then later on I ended up moving to Virginia because of, honestly, I want to say predestination. That's the main cause, but there was some things that the Heavenly Father allowed happen back when I used to live in the Bronx, that the Heavenly Father just put the spirit on my mother to move to Virginia, and it all happened so that I can be here in this present moment prophesying the words of Yahweh Shema Shai. But I said that to say this, that I was telling as a one that I was a little bit upset that I wasn't able to actually pick up the language Spanish, and that even trying to get into it, it's a bit hard to kind of speak it because there's so many different dialects of Spanish. You have proper Spanish, then you have you have different cultures that have Spanish or speak Spanish, but they all differ from each other. So the way that Puerto Ricans speak Spanish is different from the way that Dominicans speak Spanish, and the way that Dominicans speak Spanish is different from Salvadorian, and so on and so forth. Even Mexicans. So, I was just telling him how it was hard for me to kind of pick up the Spanish language, but in turns, I didn't kind of look at I didn't look at the fact that the Heavenly Father lifted me up and allowed me to learn Hebrew, which is even a better language to know than Spanish, because with I tell Akim, basically just a bit of myself, that back when I was my junior year of high school, because I want to say I started camping out my junior year of high school, close to my senior year of high school, junior going into senior year. And because I was around 16, 17 when I first came out to camp. And I remember, the Zaquan Shamar Maf, he actually ended up giving me a packet that had the Hebrew on it. And since he gave me that packet, I remember day after day after day, I used to write down the Hebrew language, and I used to write down the Hebrew alphabet from day to day. And, I started off with learning Abba Gada Ha Wazakwa Ta Yaka La Ma Nasa I Pa Tazakwa Rashatha, which that's the Hebrew language. That's the Hebrew alphabet. And I started off doing that every day. And then sooner than later, the Heavenly Father started allowing me to transliterate certain precepts in the Old Testament, primarily from the book of Psalms, which kind of allowed me to further my knowledge in, the Hebrew language. And I said all that to say that this is really a testimony to Akim. The things that we weren't able to receive in the world, we're able to receive in the truth. And you just got to kind of dig a little bit deeper to kind of see those things. If you weren't able to have guidance from your Father in the world, the Heavenly Father has allowed you to be in front of men that will guide you and assist you and bring you to something more greater than guidance from your Father, and it bring you to salvation. If you never felt loved in this world, if you never experienced true love and sincerity in a genuine spirit, the Heavenly Father has allowed us to receive those things in the truth. And if anything, it's really a commandment for us to do these things in the truth. The scriptures tell you that the two greatest commandments are know God before the Heavenly Father and love your neighbor as thyself. That's the law wrapped up in it. So there's different attributes that we receive in this word that it's a compensation for what we couldn't receive in the world. Okay? It's just a matter of actually looking for those things. And there's a coin, if it's not too personal for me to mention, his father was an actual carpenter, and his father was into sewing. And I myself, I actually know how to sew a little something. I do have my own sewing machine, because I do think that having different trades is very important for a man to have, because you want to be versatile in knowing how to do certain things so that you can be a point of contact for certain things. Like me personally, I know if brothers have any questions pertaining to the Hebrew, they'll either come to me or the Zaquan Monagon, because they know that me and the Zaquan Monagon are well versed in it. And you also have some other brothers like the brother Shamaria and the brother Isaiah that's in our camp too, that's actually very versed in the Hebrew too. But you want to be more of an asset toward this truth, because you want to be a point of contact for certain things. Like myself, I was able to actually help sew one of the brother's garments just recently, because his old garment kind of was a little bit destructed. But nonetheless, I said all that to say that things that we weren't able to receive in this world, the Heavenly Father has given us in truth. And I say even more so down to riches. We weren't able to receive a high status in riches in this kingdom, but soon come when the Heavenly Father, his son comes on the scene, we're going to be able to receive all the rejoicing and all the glorification that comes with Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. Okay? And also the Heavenly Father made us rich in spirit. And that's why, I immediately thought of our circumstances and our status in this world. And I thought of, we don't have an abundance of women. We don't have an abundance of riches. We don't have an abundance of goods in this world. But the Heavenly Father gives us everything that's sufficient for the time being, up until we're able to actually receive everything that He was ever going to give to us, man. All right? And that's why, I still am going to put effort into, Lord's will, into learning the Spanish language. But what's more important is the fact that the Heavenly Father put the Spirit on me to learn Hebrew so that I can edify Aki. And I feel like that's more beautiful than knowing the Spanish language, Which, if I did know Spanish, I would make videos in both languages, throughout the week. I'll probably do two in English, one in Spanish, or two in Spanish one week and then one in English. But now that I know the Hebrew, I could actually bring out more edification. I could do the same. I could take that same energy and put it toward the Hebrew. And I'm saying this to say, I said all that to say this, that the things that the Heavenly Father has compensated in the truth, those are things that we actually have to utilize to further the word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Okay? So, look within yourself and see what attributes or what things, what gifts did the Heavenly Father give you so that you can amplify those things and really start to further the Heavenly Father's word with those gifts, because we all have a gift. Okay, whether it be research, some brothers are more organized, some brothers are able to are timely, they're punctual, some brothers are good speakers, some brothers are great readers, some brothers are great with precept knowledge. The Heavenly Father has given us an attribute, because the scriptures do tell you that we are many members in one body. So the Heavenly Father has given us different attributes and different gifts in this truth. We just have to learn how to apply them a lot more, so that we can further the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay, and that was really the main point. I thought it was on my spirit, so I wanted to kind of just to expound on that. And I thought it was just kind of beautiful how the Zaquan kind of did. It was comforting to know that the Heavenly Father allowed him to have those answers for me, to make me feel comforted in the loss that I had as a child, not being able to be brought up with my father and learning the Spanish language. But the Lord always compensates. Whatever we don't receive in this world, we receive in the truth. Okay? And that's something we just have to remember, that we're not going to receive everything that we want in this world, but the Lord is always going to give us the things that are more beneficial to the truth in us, so that we're able to amplify and push forth more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Okay? So with that, I give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Shendi Kabaka, Wella Rekabs, and Claiming Al Ba'ait, Wa Shalom, Wa Barakam, Lavakan, Shia Sha'ala. And I pray that you are edified through this epistle truthfully. And until next time, Shalom.